Have a look around you. Notice the person sitting in front of you, the person behind you, the one on your left, and the one on your right. One of these four has been or eventually will be diagnosed with a mental health disorder. This statistic is true for Lebanon. Worldwide, the number is closer to 1 out of 3. Despite being a big portion of our society, people with mental health issues are often shadowed, hushed, and cornered into silence. They are told that there's nothing wrong going on with them, and that it is all in their heads, that they should brush it off, cheer up, and move on. Mental illness is often accompanied by an overbearing stigma. One type of stigma that we know very well is labeling. For instance, we often hear people say, I'm OCD, or for example, شو hyper, and even depressed. Yet, you never hear anyone saying, hi, I'm hypertension, or شو diabetes, or I'm cancer. Yeah, you don't hear that. Even though this kind of bias should be dealt with, I'm going to talk to you about another type of stigma, the type that treats people with mental health issues as different, unproductive, dysfunctional members of society. I would know about the prejudiced way society treats these patients on a first-hand basis. You want to know why? Let me tell you a secret. I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, or GAD. How does that look like? Well, you know that voice we all have in our heads? For 20 years, that voice told me I was not good enough, not strong enough, not smart enough, not brave enough, that I won't get that girl or any girl. It would even ask me questions like, do you think you are worthy? Do you actually think you're going to pass this test? Why are you looking at me like that? You're stressing me out enough, please, I beg you. Don't worry, I'm fine. When I was in society, never asked me how it could help. Apart from, let's say, a couple of humane or enlightened people, I was totally shut down. Conform, stand in line, and do as you are told. Excuse me, I can't really do that when I have this huge sound surround system in my head, the voice cranked up so high, and this monster screaming, you can't fit in, you never will. Ooh, for 20 years that voice haunted me. When I was younger, I had a teacher, Miss Julie. She told me that I was special. I was only a child back then, so I thought to myself, well, she's going to say that to any child. For after all, we all are special. A couple of years ago, I got in touch with her again, and I told her about my anxiety and how I'm dealing with it. Once again, she told me, Mahmoud, you were special. But this time, she elaborated. She told me that she could see as a child I would channel into the thoughts and emotions of my peers, understand them, and put priority to them over my own. She was even sorry that I had to live my life that way. 3 years ago, my journey into public awareness started. I set out to raise knowledge about mental issues and the struggles people with these issues face on a daily basis. Today, because of my anxiety and the prejudice I confronted, I worked on myself. I thrived in the face of rejection, and believe me, this was not my first attempt at TEDx. Today, I am a pharmacist, I'm a public speaker for mental health issues, and I've been declared cured of my general anxiety disorder. Miss Julie, I know you're going to be watching this, so let me tell you, you don't have to feel sorry for me. The child I was became the man I am today, and I'm proud of that. I'm an accomplished professional. I work at one of Lebanon's leading pharmacies. And guess what? That weakness you saw that made me special, it made me more in tune with my patients' needs. It became my strength. And remember that nagging voice, that inner voice that haunted me for so long? Well, today, that voice is mine. I own that voice. I control that voice. I use it. I use that voice to represent the struggles of others like me. I am far from being the voice of the voiceless. I am only one person trying to prove that no matter the struggles we face, and perhaps because of them, we can accomplish a lot. Okay, so what can you do to people or patients with mental health disorders? Sit down with them. Listen to what they have to say. They actually might surprise you. They will tell you about a world you can never imagine. They will tell you about emotions you never knew existed. These people want to belong. They have seen the worst of society. They've seen the bullying, the shaming, the pointing and laughing. They stand at the corner of the pharmacy waiting for it to empty so they can come up and ask for the antidepressants, the schizophrenia medications, or any other medications. Instead of silencing whatever disorder he or she might have, why not make use of the strength and talents these people carry? Believe me, they have a lot to offer. Some of the greatest minds had mental health disorders, and they influence our society still this day. For example, Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents of the United States of America, was thought to have depression. Nikola Tesla was assumed to be OCD. Beethoven and Isaac Newton were thought to be bipolar, and Charles Darwin had panic attacks, assumably. Yet these great minds still affect our society today. A wise man once told me that the basis of any society comes down to a single equation: acceptance, integration, and cooperation. We need to apply this equation to people with mental health disorders. If each and every one of us tunes into the thoughts and emotions of everyone we meet and prioritizes them like I did when I was a child, we can come to understand that each and every one of us can contribute something positive to society, regardless of their mental or physical status. Today, I want us all to take a symbolic gesture against stigma. I want us all to be the shining light in the face of mental health and the stigma that's related to it. So I ask each and every one of you to get your phones out. Come on, get your phones out. Everyone, come on. All right? I'll be waiting for you. It's not a problem. Turn those flashlights on. Each and every one. I'm going to help you. Come on, get your flashlights on. Even me. Together, we take an oath that we will be more understanding, more welcoming of the contributions of each and every person we meet, and that we will understand that despite the struggles, and even because of them, people can accomplish whatever we want. The people here are the future. We are the future of our society. We can prove that it does get brighter, and that acceptance, integration, and cooperation is achievable. We here are the future. Thank you.